Hi everyone. Okay, so welcome to the space. This is sort of my interpretation of a love reading. It's entitled What's Your Magnetic Pulse? It was inspired by Scorpio probably about 5 years ago now. So it can be relative and relate to love in a variance of ways, romantically, family, what have you. But really what the essence is that it seems to be that we're able to tap into is what you're magnetically being drawn towards. Some of the air, I'm doing this a little elementally, so we're in Earth now. We'll be looking at Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So, of course, we could be drawn towards anything. Sometimes we're drawn towards things. It's just good to know, because either that's the way you want to go, or you realize what's in your path as whatever you're being drawn towards, so you can prepare for it. And if there is anything challenging, like with air and fire, there's a bit of a challenge in there. I guess those are hard to be in the water, earthly realm, which makes sense, I guess. But still, even if there's ever like a challenge with it, remember what it's doing is it's showing you what perhaps needs to be addressed so that you can move more towards understanding your like energetic compass, okay, and having a bit of more of your true north, if you will. Okay, we'll start with, excuse me for squinting, we will start with 2 minutes. I want to give myself a second, make some space between this and that. There's Capricorn, Virgo, kind of separate these energies a little bit. Ready? Taurus, what are you magnetically being drawn towards? Oh, interesting. So we have this woman playing the flute. This is the Judgment card in this deck. Ace of Cups. Wow. And the 9 of Cups. 9 as in number 9. Wow. Some of you could, if there's any kind of music, an event going on, something that you really love, right? You're like, you're like, oh, this band is playing, this musician is playing this, something. Music is going to bring you in some way, somehow. So you're just walking down the street and you hear something somewhere. It's like, go in, be a part of something, because you may find your tribe like that. You may meet meeting new people. Again, I see finding your tribe outside of, expanding that which, maybe it's a new circle or something like that. Don't be afraid to be yourself in this. Wow. I could also see there's leadership position here. Both of these. There's a male and a female energy. I'm recording this around the eclipse in 2022. And I feel like your reading Taurus for November 2022 is important to this, because if you speak, right, there's so much water here, and then Spirit's like, go ahead, express yourself, express yourself, Taurus. Do what is healthy for you. Then I feel like you advance, right? The fixed energy is very... it's a huge component of us collectively. There's a lot of responsibility with cardinal energy, like Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, Aries, yes. But like the next of that, the Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, these are what shift it in these places, right? It's like soul shifts. You're definitely going towards love. This is like such a loving feeling. It's not singular, though. Although there's something here where someone Maybe someone meets someone again when they decide to be a part of something. They're like, oh, I want to learn more about that, or I want to check that out. Something like this. Now I could see this could be a bit of where someone falls in love with that which can teach them. But then it's one of those things where it's like everybody takes a turn being in the center. It's like you pass the talking stick, you know? I do see kind of like teacher energy here. But again, it comes from the masculine and the feminine. So I guess this could also be for love for you, Taurus, is also understanding that you can combine with that which you love, but it's also like same way as a partnership. It's like everybody's kind of got their own circles. There's like these circles within circles, like concentric circles. But it's like one thing is like pouring out into the other. There's like a blending. It's cool, baby. I guess Spirit also wants you to recognize your own ability to love, to be, even when you have very little confidence in yourself. It's like trying things perhaps that you're uncomfortable with, like sort of putting yourself out in the forefront a little bit, or putting yourself kind of in the center, but also realizing that even if you're not technically there, you're making a really big example wherever you are. Your love, your effort, your time, it all matters. How much you love yourself is one of the biggest components here. And I see Spirit filling your cup. It's like, but I suppose something has to transform. Let's read that card. The Mizan. So this is the Sufi Tarot. I'm so happy about this, to interact with this artist's like creation. It is so beautiful. Oh, we opened up right to it. Beautiful. It says Mizan, M-I-Z-A-A-N. Mizan is known as, so this is Judgment in traditional tarot. This has also been called liberation, since it refers to the rising above and out of one's old life. Although Mizan alludes to the balancing that is believed to happen on the Day of Judgment, for the Sufis every day is a day of judgment, and every moment is a chance to reconstruct. Rebirth takes place each time we are inspired enough to want to transform our old ways of being. It says in this card, this inspiration is represented by the vibration of music. And both of these are very musically based. It says that the vibration here, causing this vibration to happen, this rebirth changing vibration, right? It stirs the stagnant. It tightly wounds pods of the cocoons until they transform into butterflies. And the muse is none other than the ethereal divine feminine, breathing a gentle breath of compassion into the ney, which is a reed flute. It says, when this card appears, you are being told that it is never too late. Every breath is a chance to start anew. Self-reflection has brought you to this stage. And if something moves your soul, allow it in your heart and let it flow through your being like waves in the air. It says, please believe in divine timing. Things will be disclosed and happen when they are meant to happen. No one's heart deserves to be closed like a cocoon. It's okay to leave the old and the familiar and venture out of this cocoon, for you are ready to transform into that butterfly. And so, as with the Ace of Cups, again, in this Nine of Cups, this is very happy energy. I feel some really, really positive vibrations coming into Taurus energy. I'm happy for you. I know it hasn't been easy, you know. But let's ask some questions here. It says, what is it that you feel like constricts your soul or your freedom? And what is it that you feel like sets your soul free? Where is it that you feel like you have little freedom or it's not fun to do? And where is it that you feel really free in it? Okay. So I guess also the more you feel free, to be yourself, truly, right? Finally, free to be all that you are, well, then your cup will overflow with Taurus. This could even be, this is love in such a deep way. There's so much, it's almost like what you've always imagined comes true. But I guess it all starts with you. It's like you almost have to practice when it's just yourself, or again, like wherever you are, as if you're being viewed or watched. You know, it'll help you to adjust. You know, I mean, I guess spirit or our ancestors always watching us, but this is like, we forget about that. Where we feel really judged by other people is other people, you know? So it's kind of like practicing right now also this self-esteem. Because remember, the love that you want to give is also that which that comes from you. That's the only place it can come from. And you see, the more honest and clear that is, it's like all of a sudden, again, something really becomes real. And it's not where it's just what's in front of you. It's even what's on the sides and behind. It's all good. You have like a bubble. There's like a circle of protection. Wow. Let's give it a second before we get into Virgo. Hold on. So Virgo. Let's see what you're magnetically being drawn towards, Virgo. Oh, the saber, which is the Temperance card. It's a beautiful card. Oh, the Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Both of these are people looking out into the ocean. Interesting. And the Six of Wands. Wow. Virgo. I just saw someone playing a banjo. They're like, bam, 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 bam. So someone's practicing. You had a reading a really long, quite many years ago called "The Hammer and the Nail." It was a birthday reading of yours. You were practicing. You're practicing. So you're practicing with yourself then, Virgo, right? Now you're practicing with Pisces. It's like your first house, fourth house, sixth house, Sagittarius and Pisces. You're balancing that one out now. Sagittarius to Pisces. This is both Jupiter energy. So this is expansion, and you are so finding the middle of something, Virgo. Okay? Okay? It's like someone's rehearsing. They've been practicing so much. So again, you've been doing Virgo. Do you see the way these are lined up too? Like how it kind of comes together there. Just a second. Okay, so you start with Sagittarius. This is about learning, right? So it's about traveling different places. It can be in your mind. Doesn't have to be physical. But like there's these traveling places, right? It's like you of this earth and then not of this earth. Like really, and then finding this middle ground, right? I guess that's probably what you've been practicing somewhat, is like, again, the other side of you, this Pisces, this Jupiter aspect of you. So expanding your spirituality, right? Expanding your mind. Expanding your understanding. But also realizing that like some things are just so far out there. You can try to feel into it. But remember, the whole point of being here and now, is to enjoy what this life is. Sand between your toes, music in your ears, food in your belly, relationships that we have, like overcoming, even succeeding. That's okay. That's also something very much becoming you. I see creative success here. I see spiritual success. But it's all because you've been practicing, especially that which has like come back down in this more earthly realm, and you're no longer afraid of the ocean. But you're also not within it either. You're not like the lonely lighthouse keeper, you know? It's like, no, wait, I want to be, or up in the monk on the mountain, right? It's like, I want to be in this life. Like you're just practicing. You're like trying to get it right. Taurus had a lot about music too. Whatever it is you've been working through with Sagittarius, which if you know in your map, this is really important. Again, I see like major fifth house too, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 6. Either way, whatever you've been working out there, it's not like you turned your back on something. It's like you learn how to disengage with that which you're already engaged with, because there is no disengage there, and come back into engaging with yourself as a person in this life. Because, you know, each one of these on the sea, I see they're lonely. There's a little loneliness here. I mean, it's content, but it's like, it's alone, right? It's alone. But then we have the six of staves, which is a person that is in a town with other people, there's all kinds of other people surrounding them. You know what I mean? Huh. Okay. I guess that's that. This is really strong Sagittarius, Pisces energy, Jupiter energy. Be aware of that. And so again, we'll leave it like that, Virgo. Let's give it a second before we get into Capricorn. Capricorn, hi. Let's see what your magnetic pulse is, what you're magnetically pulsating towards. Okay, Five of Wands. Got all these people playing polo. Marco, polo. Oh, the Fool. So each one of the Earth all had majors. That hasn't happened all the way through. And the Seven of Staves. So five of fire and the Seven of fire. Well, somebody's been calling something in for a while. Like they've been triangulating themselves. Something is so desired. Something is like, oh my God, I want that. But it's not like, oh, how do I explain this? Energy is being drawn to something because a person is what they are, not because somebody's calling it in. I hope that made sense. What are you wanting to expand in your life, right? You want more peace. If that's what you've been trying, be like, if you've been finding more peace within yourself, not fighting yourself so hard, you know what I mean? Or what have you. It's like you don't feel lost, then there's nothing more than your reality coming true. Okay, some of you are really excited about something. There's like a goal, right? Or like a direction. It's like, okay, but there's other people who are trying to do the same thing. Like people are all trying to reach the same goal. So I guess you also want to know who you're playing with and whether it's worth your time or not. Like I heard what you're struggling for. Because look how chill this card is. You know what I mean? She's just creating this person is creating their own light. It's emanating what they already know inside of them because they know where they are. Again, so that even when stress comes up, it's like, or decisions to be like what to do next or whatever, it's like, got it. It's not that big a deal. It's like levitating stress or alleviating stress. This connects to Libra's reading. You know, perhaps for some of you, it could be where you were going a certain way, or you've had like some kind of, like you're on a path, right? You're like, again, had direction, but then all of a sudden it's like there's something that was getting your attention, and then all of a sudden if you stop trying to do what everybody else is trying to do, I guess, something like this, like take your own perspective of what you want, like look around, because there could be something right in front of you where you're like, oh my goodness. I guess fives are for also like, let's talk about romantic energy for a second. That's been a bit of a struggle, right? Although you love a struggle, but that's been a bit of a struggle. But that's okay because now you know better. Like, you know when you're about to get too stuck in a, like, I feel like somebody else helps somebody to figure out, like, to calm down. Now, you gotta learn how to do this by yourself, too. Somebody else talked about this. Aries. Go with Aries. Aries and Libra, those are your squares, right? Those two will be helpful for you. So if you cannot sweat the small stuff and not fall into the trap, I guess, of trying to win the game that's not even worth it. You know, maybe it's making a stink about something that doesn't even matter. Then you advance to the next level. You know, because there could be something right beneath you, or taking time alone also helps you a lot too, to kind of settle yourself emotionally, right? I also see there's a person here that has been working really hard on their own awareness of choice and has transferred a great amount of grief into joy. But it was no easy task. They had to disengage from people and energy that was just not good for them, right? So if you've also taken the time to be with yourself, and can find a place of comfort in that instead of impatience, then you're doing really good with the, because I guess the impatience would be where there's still pain. You want to feel calm, Capricorn. Calm. There's a Virgo Sagittarius axis here too. Virgo talked a lot about Sagittarius. What creates calm is Taurus, Cancer, and Taurus create your calm. What is that? This is feeling pleased. This is feeling eased, soothing feelings. Those of you who are attracted to like the wild thing, like trying to tame somebody else again, like a let's say in like a romantic way. It's like, could even be family, I see, but it's kind of like, if you're attracted to challenges, why is that? Just sit with that a little bit. Someone's definitely putting some puzzle pieces together here, which is good. Interesting energy. I like how many cards are picking for you too. This happened with somebody else. I think it was Libra. Can't remember who else it was. Leo. Where the really, really tiny thing was so distracting that it was pulling away from all this goodness that was right here. This little tiny thing that's unchangeable too. You know what I mean? It's not even, no, 10 of Swords and the 5 of Coins. No, it's totally unchangeable. Maybe there's something about that where some of you have to just admit that. Like, okay, this is unchangeable. This is not my problem. This is distracting me. This is unhealthy. whatever these things are. And if you've already gone through this list, if you will, then it's like kind of addressing deeper layers to why you're attracted to, I don't know, stress, maybe, or things that you can't tame or whatever, instead of working on what you can grow, because that's what's important, because you're good at that, right? You don't have to test yourself all the time to see how strong you are by dealing with difficulty. No, you can just have a lighthearted, joyful, peaceful life if you feel like it. You know, relationships with people do not have to be strugglesome. No, you can chill. Interesting. So again, there's a triangulation here of peace. There is a levitation of stress. It's like alleviating energy out of the body also that has to do around the heart chakra. I could also see there's somebody here that loves you so much. There's people that love you here so much. Excuse me. Like there's a lot of love being emanated here, so... Oh, donkey. I would definitely put some love, you know, if this could be your children, this could be who you're dating, this could be about dating, whatever. Your creative projects even. It's like, make sure you're trying to put some love and energy in there versus looking at what's difficult, you know, especially if it's something you can't necessarily just disengage from, like your kids, whatever, like you really care about somebody, you're frustrated. Please don't look at the little tiny things that are pissing you off. That'll just, it'll make it worse. You want to elevate higher than that and be like, okay, well, wait, what do I love about this person or these people or my job or whatever you're creating with? You know, of course, if the baseline is healthy, but you got to know where you are there, right? And I would assume Six of Swords, Six of Earth, yeah, then there's something really beautiful for some of you going towards some sort of really healthy, equal exchange of energy and time with other people too. But some of you have to let go of something of the past, or at the very least, if you're in the process of letting go, then this would be believing in yourself now, because when you let go of something, you always feel a little empty, right? Even stress, it like makes a little empty place, so you don't want to fill that up too much with something. Take your time, right? Fill it with joy slowly. Okay. I really love these cards. They're so pretty. Well, that was nice energy. Thank you. Thank you so much, Earth. You and water are definitely softer. Air and fire, oof, that was like big lessons. So remember, if you're watching this from an Earth lens, you also have air and fire in your chart. If you're, for some reason, like wanting to know better about how you're connecting, or again, what you're being magnetically drawn towards, you know, how to adjust that, I would say the air and the fire would be really good. Of course, remember your faith, your power of prayer, and the power of love. I guess we're going back around for a second, Capricorn too, or the collective energy here. I also see that some of you that don't have good boundaries, you definitely could start making better boundaries, which is awesome. I also see if you're like just dating people, it could be where you're kind of like lovers. It's like maybe where you start to be more committed to something. Something that's like lighthearted could become more serious, but not where there's less love in it. It's just where it has different structure because you have different rules and boundaries about yourself, you know, or what you believe you're wanting for the future. Interesting. Okay. Thank you so very much for being here. I hope this was fun and helpful. And yeah, I love you so much. I'll talk to you next time. Peace out.